How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Ethereal Enigma. First thing I'm going to say before I get any of this started, I know there's going to be something on your mind that is just pressing that you're going to be itching to know about. I've been feeling sick for a while, so that's why I haven't been as upfront. I haven't even been on the Discord that much, but there are a couple big things that are going on there. I'm going to apologize now. I'm probably going to cough a lot. I'm going to try and cut it out with the audio, but there's only so much I can do. So please forgive me for that. Oh, also, I totally forgot. I need to adjust the audio here for a second. 1 minute. Again, the configuration's weird. It remembers... See? It remembers my adjustments like in the sliders, but the sliders don't reflect it until you actually wiggle them around. It's been long enough I'd forgot about that. But anyway, so just to let you know, like if my voice sounds gravelly or whatever, like that's gonna be part of the problem. Thankfully, this is not one I have to do a bunch of different voices for. When Mamiya comes up, oh boy. Oh, we'll have to see. Hopefully I'm feeling better by then. But anyway, hopefully we'll enjoy. If this is a shorter episode, that might be why. My throat starts itching or whatever. And then, I guess finally the most important thing to remember is we have clips on the channel now. So are there any moments in this video or any other videos that you really want to kind of save and kind of be able to reshare, just like a little highlight? All you have to do is click the clips button. It should be on your phone or on the computer, just kind of under the taskbar, kind of near or around where you have your like and subscribe buttons and all that stuff. So if you ever see anything like that, or you just want to like capture a moment, like please go ahead and clip it. It's a good way to share it. I also have a place on the Discord, so if you do clip it, please, I'd love to see some of your clips. Just go to the Discord, drop down, and place it inside the respective area. It's under the general chat windows. It's one of the first things you'll find there. And it's like clips and moments or something. Yeah, so please go do that. It'd be really fun to see your clips. I actually uploaded my first clip, one I took myself from my Muv-Love series, but I posted it in announcements talking about the feature. So I'm excited to see what clips you guys share. So let's get jumping into it. So it's been a while, but last time we had a lot of interesting interaction with our cousin. There was a fortune teller that implied that we weren't blood related, you know, kind of Stark in that whole like, oh, what's going on there? What are you thinking, game? And then we also had a kind of a moment with her where she was eating ice cream late at night and upset because she feels like things aren't progressing the way she wants it to. And like, you know, like we're just like, oh, come on, you're doing fine. You're going to be great. So, you know, giving her some love and support, which is like what all good cousins would do, right? But the most important thing is that we have a date with Keira this weekend where we're going to try her VR, which is going to be super fun, I think. So let's jump right into it. I'm excited to see what this is going to be, what's going to be happening. I don't know where I was going with that sentence at first, but well, we'll just jump into it. I'm also going to try and keep my throat hydrated, so I'm going to be doing lots of sips when people are talking. So let's get into it. I wake up in the sunlight streaming through my window. Finally, the weekend is here. A day of complete freedom. I even got to sleep in a little. I get ready for the day and head downstairs for breakfast. My aunt, uncle, Mina, and Erilynn are already eating.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Good morning.
I'm glad we got to see you. We're just about to head over to the bakery.
Yes, we don't see nearly enough of you kids these days. We've all been so busy, haven't we?
Yeah, but it's good busy. I grabbed some food for myself and join them at the table. Yeah, I guess we've all had a lot going on.
We should do something as a family. I've been missing everyone.
Ooh, that sounds fun. You know, I think an amusement park would be pretty good. A beach might not be too bad either.
I know. Why don't we have a movie night tonight? It's been too long since our last one.
That also sounds good and quick. I actually need to catch up on Loki. That's the stuff I need to be watching now.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, I love movie night.
Count me in.
Erilynn, you should join us too.
She smiles.
I'd be honored. Is there anything special I should prepare for this movie night?
Maybe some comfortable PJs. We'll provide snacks, I'm sure.
Nope, it's just all of us spending time together to watch a movie.
That sounds delightful. Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Then we'll close the bakery early tonight. I'm so excited.
Nice.
Me too.
I hope we get to watch a horror. Here's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of horror. I mean, I'm a fan of it, but it can also be a little intense sometimes. The time I love watching horror movies, though, is with other people. Because if there's one thing that makes it bearable to go through all the scary moments, it's being able to, like, watch people react to it. Because, I don't know. For me, it just breaks the atmosphere. It makes it all worth it. And, like, while I'll jump and get startled, I'll just start cracking up at everyone else getting jumped and startled. And so it makes it, like, far more enjoyable in the end. I'm looking forward to it myself. The movie nights with Mom and Dad were always funny too. We should have another one the next time they're home. Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime soon head off to the bakery while the rest of us finish up breakfast. Man, the music in this is bumping. After cleanup, Mina and Erilynn return to their rooms to get ready for the day. I return to my own room. Other than the movie night tonight, I have no plans. Maybe I should see if someone else is free to hang out. So we must be seeing Keira tomorrow. Oh. Or maybe we have the opportunity to go, because I definitely have time. I was gonna go check out the VR at Keira's place today. Yeah, okay. I'm glad it wasn't left to me to remember that. After getting ready, I leave the house. It's a bit of a walk from my place to Keira's, but the weather's warm and mild, making it a pleasant trip. We've never been there, right? Like, am I remembering wrong? Like, I'm pretty sure we've never actually been there, so how do we know? I guess she gave us her address, so. The closer I get, the larger and fancier the surrounding houses look. Her home is in the really nice part of town. Even though her family doesn't live with her, it seems like they still want her to be comfortable. I've been to those parts of town before. I even had friends that lived in those parts of town. There was one place I visited in North Carolina when I was meeting with somebody. He lived in like a 4-story house. He had like a theater room in the top floor of his home. He lived on the shores of a lake, had like 2 jet skis and a wakeboard like pulling boat, an outdoor pool, hot tub with an outdoor like 52-inch television screen that was like specifically made to be outside. It was insane. It blows my mind that people can live like that. And then like we have the freaking like the billionaires racing to space this whole past like week. It's like, I guess there's nothing better to do when you have that much money. Sad though, isn't it? Like, you think they'd be able to do something a bit, better, but if I had the money, I'd probably go to space too. I mean, let's be honest. Alright, anyway, they want her to be comfortable. She lives a little closer than I thought, and I arrive early. Hopefully Keira doesn't mind. I step in front of the address she gave me. A fancy black luxury car is parked out front. Am I at the right house? I didn't think Keira had a car. As I double-check the address, the front door opens. I see Keira holding the door for an older man and woman. They're dressed in very tasteful, upscale clothes. Maybe we are too early. Those must be her parents, although Keira doesn't look much like them. I don't know her. I didn't know her parents would be here. Maybe I should leave? I don't know how they'd react to their daughter having a strange boy over. Yeah, if I saw this and I was like, oh, she's got company over, I don't know the situation, I would probably, like, if I wasn't noticed, I'd go take a walk around the block or something. Just because I don't want to put my nose in, but knowing this game, we're about to have that choice taken from us. Keira spots me before I can go.
Oh, you're early.
Her parents turn around and look me over.
Hello, young man.
Hi, sorry, is this a bad time?
Not at all. We were just leaving.
Ah, is this a friend of yours, Keira?
Yes, he's a classmate from school. We have a school project together.
Hi, I'm Protag. It's nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Igarashi.
The pleasure's all ours.
Okay, so it is them. So I thought we were like, what if we were being presumptuous? He extends a hand, which I take. He grips my hand firmly before releasing. Somehow this introduction feels more like a business transaction than a real conversation. Yeah, I know how that is. Fetch, man. One of my closest friends in high school, her dad was like a lawyer, and he was like the most intimidating person I'd ever known. Like, I mean, he's a nice enough guy. I had no reason to be like abjectly terrified of him, but for some reason, like every time I walked in the room, it just felt like you were being like looked over and like that you were lacking. It just every time, like he was just disappointed that you weren't an exemplary person. It's like, okay, cool. I'm glad I can just feel emasculated from your glances, even though I bet you he didn't even think that. But for some reason, that's just what it felt like. Mrs. Iragashi looks from me to Keira and back to me again.
Were you two going to remain in the house together?
This is what I was worried about. Set the story straight, or don't make a big deal out of it. I don't know. I think I'll set the story straight. I mean, I kind of don't want her to feel like I'm being too flustered by this, but at the same time, like, this is parents. You just be straight up. Yes, but only so I could test out the orbulus chasm.
Oh, yes, of course.
Wait, is that going to get Keira in trouble? Is this a prototype, so it's possible she shouldn't share it? Or not? We could do something else. No, that sounds exactly like what I want to avoid. Like, hang out. Keira stares at me as I trail off. This is just making things worse. Surprisingly, her parents don't seem to care.
Well, I hope you two enjoy yourselves. We're on our way out.
Okay.
Yes. We're passing through on our way to a prior engagement and needed to pick something up.
Keira remains quiet as she walks her parents to the car.
It's nice that Keira has a friend. We don't normally hear about any of them.
Aww.
Sorry that we aren't able to stay longer. Perhaps next time we can give you a proper welcome.
No problem. I'm so confused by how relaxed her parents are about the situation. Maybe it's because they know that she would not go into shenanigans, and maybe it's also might be one of those things where because she's so solitary and they've always been pushing her to be more engaged, they are we are not gonna touch this. She's got a friend, we're not gonna interfere. Most kids you'd be worried, but for Keira it's please have a social life. I almost don't care what it is, just have a social life. A strange boy staying in an empty house with their daughter, alone and unsupervised. If anything, they almost seem relieved to see me. Yeah, that's what I think.
Goodbye, Keira.
Goodbye.
Fetch.
Have fun with your little friend.
I will.
They start the ignition and drive away, leaving Keira and I standing in the driveway. Huh. Your parents seemed like they were in a rush to catch a flight or something.
No, they're always like that.
Her voice sounds tight, even though her face remains a neutral mask. She turns to me.
Do you want to come in?
Yeah, sure. She abruptly turns and leads me into the house. I follow her into the living room, sit on a broad couch. Her house feels very spacious and sleek. Aw, that actually sounds kind of empty. I actually prefer a bit more of a mess. Not a mess. I think things need to be relatively orderly, but when things are pristine, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way. It's just it doesn't feel lived in at that point. And that's the thing. I think a home needs to feel lived in, because if it feels like a show house, it's there's just no atmosphere there. There's no comfort, I guess you could say. I don't know. I've stayed in houses before that were more showcases, or at least they felt like that because of how pristine they were. And it's just it's hard to feel like you can actually be yourself. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Although she has the newest electronics and high-end furniture, it lacks the feeling of coziness that a home brings. Hang on a second. This looks exactly like the Ace Academy house. I'm pretty sure this is at least based on that art style, but it looks suspiciously the same. It reminds me of a model house rather than a home that's lived in. There you go. We sit in awkward silence. I can tell Keira is tense. She sits stiffly at the other end of the couch and doesn't make eye contact.
I'll set up the Orbulus chasm for you.
Yeah, something definitely feels off. I should make sure she's okay. She probably won't talk about it, but I could try. Keira's clearly upset about something. I should make sure she's okay before we consider playing VR. Hold on, that can wait. Are you okay?
Yes.
That didn't sound convincing. I don't think she'll tell me if I directly ask her. Maybe if we talk about something else, she'll be more willing to open up. It was cool meeting your parents. I'm sorry if I interrupted your time with them.
You didn't. They only came by because they needed something.
Really? Not just for you? Oh, so it was a surprise drop-in? She nods. When are they going to visit next?
I don't know.
I haven't planned it yet?
No.
That's different. My parents travel often, but I always know when they'll be home, and if they surprise me, it's because they've come home early rather than late. Keira seems prompted by my silence.
It's okay. I'm used to it. When I was at boarding school, I only saw them when I went home for school breaks.
Like Hogwartsy.
They said it was because it was hard to visit when the boarding schools had strict schedules.
Oh, but that didn't change when you suddenly were easy to visit. Is that why you chose to come here to Matsukaza?
I wanted a new experience away from the busy city life, and my parents were happy to send me here.
That doesn't sound too bad. At least they seem receptive to her wants. Maybe that means they'll visit more now that you're in regular high school. No more strict schedules to plan around.
Maybe.
I mean, this drop in from them was more than what you normally see, right? It could be starting. She's quiet. I don't think that helped. Fetch. I don't know. This doesn't feel the right answer. This feels a bit passive. I'm worried this won't end well, but I feel like I gotta go with it. Have you ever asked them when they're going to visit? She shakes her head. Why not?
Because I know they aren't coming.
Maybe they don't realize you want to see them. Have you ever told them you do? She pauses.
I don't need to see them.
I don't believe that, but there's no point in pushing. That'll just make things worse. Oh, okay, if that's how you feel. It does seem like Keira's mulling over my words, though. I wonder if she'll change her mind. Keira still doesn't seem completely herself. I wonder what else I can try to cheer her up. What is Keira like? Suddenly, an idea pops into my head. Hey, Keira, can I borrow your kitchen?
Huh?
She looks completely confused. I'll bet no one's asked her that before. I mean, is it okay if I use your kitchen? I just need to make something real quick.
Oh, I guess so.
She leads me to the kitchen. As with the living room, her kitchen is full of expensive state-of-the-art gadgets. Ooh, that sounds fun. Aha! She has milk frother. A smile grows on my face. Thanks, Keira.
What should I do?
You can sit down. I'll just be a moment. Keira looks skeptical. I know this sounds sketchy, but don't worry. I won't be putting your very expensive toaster under my shirt. I think I see a smile.
Okay.
She goes back to the other room. Good, some privacy. Keira was really happy when we were in the cafe with Hello Kitten desserts. There's no way I could whip up a cake here, but I could probably recreate that latte. I mean, how hard can it be? Oh, there's some words to live by. After brewing the coffee, I use the milk frother. I hope for the best. 2 minutes later, I'm holding a fresh, steaming latte and bringing it to the living room. Carefully, I place it in front of Keira. Ta-da! Aww. She glances down and blinks.
You made a latte?
Yeah, but look what's in the latte. Keira squints to get a better look.
What is it?
I tried to make Hello Kitten. It's Hello Kitten. Her eyes widen and her mouth gapes in a little O. I can see why she's confused. The beautiful Hello Kitten I wanted to make looks more like a frothy, lumpy cloud. But it's the thought that counts, right? Suddenly Keira covers her mouth with her hand. She breaks into giggles. They're light and delicate like bubbles. Aww. Keira laughing is worth it. That's an adorable art, though. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, but Hello Kitten?
She giggles again. Although I wasn't expecting that reaction at all, I'll catch myself smiling. Her laugh is gentle and sweet. When she calms down, a pink blush dusts her face.
I'm sorry.
I got her to laugh. Yeah, I just be ecstatic. At least my bad art is good for something. I'm just happy to see that Keira's feeling better. Don't be sorry. It served its purpose. She nods, still smiling. Aww.
Thank you for the latte.
Aww. She glances back at the foam and tries to suppress her laughter. She looks to be in a good mood. Hey! Very feeling good about that. Hey, latte art isn't easy as it'll look. I'd like to see you try and make it.
Okay.
She probably could do it. We return to the kitchen. Keira pushes down the coffee cup and heads over to the machine. I wait, curious to see the result. In a moment, she turns around and presents me with the steaming latte. The foam is neat and even over the coffee. I can immediately tell the shape of a cat. I stand by what I said. Latte art is difficult, but clearly you have a natural talent for it. Such an unfair advantage. She giggles.
It helps that I normally draw.
She offers me her cup.
Here.
I'm going to offer her the ugly one because it's the one I made. And I'm going to have the one she made because she made it for me. Like, it sounds kind of silly, but I think it's cute. Keira's latte is the one I secretly wanted, so I'm happily she offered it to me. You made this for me? She nods. A happy warmth floods my chest. Keira made something especially for me. I'll treasure it forever, or until I drink it. I hand her my ugly latte. Then this one's for you. She giggles once more at the bubbly foam, but accepts it.
Thank you.
Keira looks like she's about to say something when she's interrupted by a chime from her phone. She looks down, her face slips into a frown.
Oh, it's my parents.
What do they want?
They're on their way back to pick up one more thing.
I feel as though I should leave so I don't intrude, but I wonder if she'll be okay. As if sensing my thoughts, she speaks.
I'll be fine.
Okay, then I should probably go. She nods. I help her clean up the cups before she walks me to the door.
Thanks.
Her expression has returned to neutral, but I can tell she's back to her old self again. No problem.
I'm sorry you didn't get to try the Orbulus.
Just means we'll have to try again next time. Right? Like that's a thing now, right? It's okay. I probably wouldn't have picked a latte making a game anyway, so doing it in real life was better. She giggles.
Still, maybe the next time you come over you can try it out.
Cha-ching! So there'll be a next time. Keira nods. I grin in response. Oh yeah. Ah, I love this game for the warm fuzzies it gives, right? Like, is it mind-blowing? No. It's just feel good. And oh my gosh. I mean, this is why I watch Slice of Life most of the time. It's like, it's not like it's being riveting often. Most of the time, it's pretty surface level, even humorous in that regard. But like, it makes your heart and soul warm, and that's what I love. After we say goodbye, I start to walk back home. My heart feels light in my chest. I catch myself smiling. This is the first time I saw Keira really relax around me. I hope I'll be able to see more of her smiles and hear more of her laughter. Soon, I return home and go up to my room. I spend my time relaxing and playing video games. Eventually, I grow bored of that, and there's still a little while before movie night, so I decide to head back downstairs for a bit. All right, we have movie night still. When I get there, Mina's playing on her phone in the living room. She looks up when I enter.
Hey, cuz.
Hey, you. Hey, what you up to? Before she can respond, my uncle walks in from the kitchen. Looks like he's headed back from the bakery.
Oh, good, you're both here. And I hope you're excited for movie night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Amiko's closing up. I came by to grab something.
He takes a quick glance around the room.
Can you guys clean up this mess, please?
Huh?
What mess? It's fine. Mina and I look around the room. The futon cushions have fallen off the couch. There's crumbs all over the table and a few more on the floor. A few books and dirty dishes have also been left out. Okay, that is a mess. Yeah, I'll be a sport. Don't worry, Mina, and I'll clean it up. She nods.
Yep, it'll be clean in no time.
That's what I like to hear. Thank you. I'm gonna help Amiko close up. We'll start movie night when we get back.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And Uncle Hajime heads back to the bakery. Gather up the dishes while Mina grabs the vacuum. Soon she's running the machine over the floor. The loud whir of the vacuum cleaner draws Erilynn out of her room. She looks at Mina with some confusion.
What are you doing?
Mina shuts off the machine.
We're just cleaning up before movie night.
Erilynn stares at the vacuum.
You still use these antiques to clean?
Wait, what do you use?
Well, yeah. It's a vacuum cleaner. Do you not use vacuums?
Not like that. All of our cleaning is done by automated drones.
Maybe things have progressed a lot more in that dimension than I realized.
Automated drones? You mean like a Roomba?
Erilynn still looks shocked as I hurry to interject. Yeah, Roomba. They're very popular in Sweden.
Oh, I wouldn't mind having one of those. It seems easier than pushing a vacuum.
It's also just, I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but also kind of like, I mean, really? Do you need one?
You said you're cleaning up before movie night?
Yep.
In that case, as I am also a participant of movie night, I shall help.
Oh, thank you. Mina perks up.
Really?
Yes. Cleaning this whole place is a lot of effort for you to do alone, Mina. It'll be easier if I help.
Wait, whole place? We're just cleaning the living room. I'm helping too. Erilynn glances at me, looking for a moment as if she'd forgotten I was there. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you don't go down the Erilynn route.
All the more reason Mina will need my help.
I should feel offended, but you're probably right.
Okay, let's get started.
She grabs the vacuum.
How do your cleaning machines work?
Oh, well, you just kind of roll it over whatever you want to clean.
Erilynn rolls the vacuum back and forth, looking puzzled.
Like this?
No. First, you have to turn it on. Like,
Mina presses the button. Erilynn's eyes widen at the loud roar. She jumps back a little like a startled puppy.
Why is it so loud? Is it having some kind of meltdown?
what? No. It's always like that.
You can't hear it, but there's like a horrific thunderstorm going on right now, so it occasionally feels like the house shakes. It's like, ooh, lovely. I only say you couldn't hear because it wasn't loud enough yet for the mic to pick up, but maybe you'll get lucky and you'll hear my house explode. Because it feels like it's thinking about it.
Now run it over whatever you need to clean.
Like this?
She carefully pushes it back and forth over the carpet.
Yes, exactly.
Satisfied that Mina and Erilynn have things handled for the moment, I resume picking things up. As soon as I turn my back, I hear Mina shouting.
No, not like that.
I turn around to see Erilynn trying to roll the vacuum over the coffee table. She freezes at Mina's shout.
What?
Not on the table.
You said to run it over whatever I need to clean. Does the table not need cleaning?
Yes, but we'll use something else for that.
Mina gently takes the vacuum from Erilynn.
The vacuum is for the floor only.
Ah, yes, I've mastered this now. Behold the cleaning powers of Grade Representative Erilynn.
Right. She runs the vacuum over the same little patch of floor over and over. She's pretty adorable. That's not going to work. Let's have her do something else. I grab the cloth to wipe down the table and offer it to Erilynn. Here, since you wanted to clean the table, this is what we use instead. Do you want me to show you what to do? Erilynn scoffs.
As if I would need assistance on how to use a rag.
Okay. I step back as she comes over to the table. As Erilynn wipes down the surface, she just punches the crumbs off the table onto the carpet. I sigh. I guess we'll have to vacuum that up in a minute. Erilynn stands up, gazing proudly at her work.
Look at that spotless surface. Not a crumb in sight.
For someone who's so, like, visually observant, especially with, like, the flower crafting, she also can be very... She's very... Tunnel vision might be the word for it, but... Monovisioned, like... She zeroes in on one particular aspect and one particular item, one particular person at a time. Everything else is just kind of void space to her. And it's why she can be walking around Kosei and still not know who he is. Because she's just never had a real conversation with him. Yeah. And that's at Mina, who silently comes by with a vacuum. We end up having to redo some of Erilynn's cleaning, but it does actually go a little quicker with her helping out. Finally, all the floors get vacuumed and the last stray bits of stuff get put away. Hey, when we're done, Erilynn beams proudly.
See? No trouble at all. Aren't you glad I was here to help?
Sure. You know what? Gracious. Graciousness is good. Like, I could be joking, but, like, she was here to help. She had no clue. Like, we effectively had to train her. She was helpful. Yes, thank you for helping. Having another pair of hands really made this go faster. Erilynn nods.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you for your help, Erilynn. It was a lot quicker with you helping out.
You're welcome, Mina. I was happy to assist.
Granted, wouldn't this have taken just one person like 20 minutes? It's not like it was that big of a deal. But maybe they live in a bigger house than I think. Maybe there were a lot more crumbs. Maybe the vacuum tried to explode. I don't know. Could have been more dramatic, but it's just picking up. But that's just higgledy-piggledy.
I'm going to go make some popcorn before Mom and Dad come back.
Good idea. Mina heads toward the kitchen. As soon as she's out of view, Erilynn collapses on the couch.
Well, I'm just glad that's out of the way. It'd be a bother to have to do that again.
Huh? That was just routine cleaning. We'll have to do it again in a week or so. Her eyes widen.
You have to clean that often?
Frankly, there are people who say you have to do it every day. Yeah.
How exhausting! I didn't think cleaning would be such a difficult task, but after tidying just one room, I'm tired and could use a rest.
Well, normally we don't normally just clean one room either. We clean all of them. She glances up at me.
Don't you ever get bored or frustrated having to clean so often?
Yes. We all use the space, so everyone pitches in with cleaning. When we all work together, it's not so bad. Like today, we finished up our chores pretty quickly. Erilynn's quiet for a moment.
Perhaps I haven't fully appreciated just how much effort goes into little things like this.
Well, it's all been taken care of for you. Well, granted, she's had probably large scale, like really stressful and like important things going on. Like being a princess or a figurehead or, political leader of any kind has got to be an intense responsibility. And part of the reason why, like states and governments take care of people in such positions is mostly because it's supposed to be able to alleviate the stress and strain. But, then royalty gets a lot of power and a lot of influence and money, and it can spiral. I'm sure Erilynn's never had to think about cleaning or chores in her life. As she said, the palace has drones to handle all of that for her.
The next time you have to do chores, please let me know. As someone who also lives here, albeit temporarily, it would only be right for me to pitch in.
Thanks, Erilynn. She smiles.
You're welcome.
I'm sure Uncle Hajime and Aunt Emiko will be back soon. We should get ready for the movie night. Erilynn nods. Right on cue, Uncle Hajime returns with Aunt Emiko.
Hello, everyone! We're back!
Yay! Uncle Hajime surveys the room.
This place looks great.
Aunt Emiko nods.
It does! Are we ready for movie night?
Mina returns to the living room carrying a big bowl of popcorn.
Yes! Yay, movies!
She puts the popcorn down on the table and Uncle Hajime grabs a drink. I turn on the TV while everyone settles onto the couch.
Did we ever decide on what we're watching?
Just pick something with pangos. They're all good.
Aw, pongos!
What's a pango?
just the most adorable thing ever. They're like these big squishy balls of love and joy. Look, I can show you a picture of one on my phone.
This could be interesting. If she is from the world that like we've seen in Crystalline, she'll recognize him. Erilynn leans in to look at Mina's phone.
You're right. They are adorable.
What do we have streaming this month?
I grab the remote and start scrolling through the selections on Netflix. Alright. The Pango Avengers, Pango Cemetery, that's the horror one. The Princess Poise. Princess Bride, maybe? Pongo Wars, Star Wars, Harry Pongo and the Wizard's Poi. Mission Impossible. Why is that one just Mission Impossible? Impossible, sorry, that's the difference. And the Lion Pongo. What do I want to watch with a Princess from Another World? I kind of like the idea of watching Pongo Cemetery, like the horror. And the Princess Diaries, maybe? I think I'd want to go Pongo Wars. Here we go, a sci-fi tale of a simple farmer Pongo in a faraway galaxy goes on to master magical powers and topple an evil empire.
This sounds like a fantastic premise.
It is! They made a lot of sequels. Too many if you ask me.
Unfortunately, yes.
May the poi be with you.
Yes! May the poi be with you! Oh, yep, I made the right choice.
Mom, I didn't know you liked this movie.
Oh, yes, sweetie. Your father and I watched Pongo Wars on our first date.
How old are you?
Aw, that's really cute. Tell me more.
Well, after we watched the third movie is when your mom and I made our relationship official.
That's cute, but what do you mean official? Like, the way he said that, it's like, what are you trying to say, Uncle? What are you saying? Mina wiggles happily in her seat, letting out a little squee, while Uncle Hajime looks thoughtful.
In fact, that was the first evening that...
I blink.
Hajime!
Holy crap! Aunt Emiko playfully hits his arm.
Huh? First evening that what?
Uncle Hajime chuckles.
Maybe a story for another time.
Probably not! I feel a great disturbance in the poi. I select our film of choice to squeeze onto the couch during the opening title. Yeah. Erilynn's confused by a few cultural references, but seems to enjoy herself anyway. She laughs along with the rest of us and is on the edge of her seat in the tense moments. Finally, the movie comes to an end. Aunt Emiko sighs contentedly.
That was really fun. I'm so happy we were able to do this again.
Me too. We'll have to plan another one soon.
Absolutely, watch the sequel. Uncle Hajime stifles a yawn.
But for now, I think it's time for bed.
I'm not tired.
Mina yawns widely as she speaks. I don't think she's fooling anyone. As we scoot off the couch, Erilynn faces us.
Thank you very much for letting me join your family this evening.
You're very welcome, sweetie.
Then you'll have to join us for the next one too.
I'd like that very much.
After cleaning up, we all head upstairs and disappear into our respective rooms. I want Erilynn to go to school and start like trying to play fight with a lightsaber or something. That'd be great. Or poi saber, I guess they'd probably call it. I didn't realize how much I missed hanging out with my family until tonight. Uncle Hajime and Aunt Emiko are always smiling, but sometimes I wonder if they really if they feel like they miss out on a lot due to their work schedules. I should make more of an effort to include them. Do my parents feel that way too? Must be even harder for them with all their traveling they do. I make a mental note. Next time Mom and Dad are home, we're definitely having a movie night. Warned by the thought, I get ready for bed and fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. I'm probably pushing myself a little bit here, but I don't want to stop right now. So I'm gonna try and get at least to another good resting spot before we end tonight. The next morning, I wake up feeling refreshed. Kosei and Keira will be coming over today to work on our class project. Better get a move on. All right. I throw on some clothes and head downstairs. No surprise to see Mina and Erilynn already awake and sitting at the kitchen table.
Morning, cuz.
She glances at the clock.
Or good afternoon is more like it.
Hey, I'm enjoying myself. I check on the time. There's still 15 minutes before it's noon. Still counts. I find some leftover bread from the bakery and split it in half. I'll never understand how Mina is still a morning person on the weekends. Me neither,
You may
man.
wish to hurry as we have company coming over.
That is a lovely dress. Holy cow. I stuff the rest of my bread in my mouth. As if on cue, the doorbell rings. Hey! I cross to the front door and swing it open, revealing a grinning Kosei. Keira stands next to him. Hey guys, coming in. I step aside and shut the door behind them. They slip off their shoes and follow me into the kitchen. Mina beams as soon as they walk in.
Hi, guys.
Hey!
Keira nods. We all gather around the table. There's a moment of awkward silence. Nobody's really sure who's to start talking. Finally, Mina speaks.
So, the project. Miss Sato gave us a lot of freedom with our presentation. If we can do anything to present, what should we do?
Well, what were the stipulations? I really can't recall. This can be done well, but it sounds very boring. A skit does sound very fun. Keira would probably like the art thing. And Erilynn's good with flowers. I think something creative would make it more fun.
Something creative. Like what?
I don't know.
We could add art to the presentation.
Erilynn doesn't look too sure.
Wouldn't it be easier to just go up there and talk about it? Why go through the effort of finding imagery?
I don't know. Imagery always enhances. I mean, I'm sure it might make a reference to that, but that's literally one of the things that I talk about to people. Like when I try and explain a visual novel to somebody who isn't familiar with them at all, I pretty much say it has the like length of character development and world building of a novel, like a typical book, because it has like all the like that. But then you add audio and a visual art to that. Like you have not only voice actors who are able to like put emotion into the words, you also have fantastic audio scores and music to be able to set the tone, and then the scenes that can be depicted. It all plays on all the highlights of every medium, but in their best format, in my opinion. We can always do both.
I suppose so.
She glances at Keira.
What did you have in mind?
Keira remains stoic as ever, but her fingers flinch in her lap.
I could draw some of the scenarios we research. It can be in the background while someone else presents.
That could work, as long as you don't mind doing all the drawing.
I don't mind.
Mina perks up.
I think that sounds great. It'll be informative, but creative at the same time.
Yeah, sounds cool to me.
Erilynn nods.
Yes, I'm glad that's settled.
Once we settle on how we should present, we start brainstorming. Mina begins delegating everyone's roles in the group.
Okay, if Keira wants to do the creative part, then the rest of us should figure out who will be putting together the presentation and who will be speaking.
I'm guessing I should do the research, and Erilynn's likely going to be the speaker. I mean, come on. Of course she is. She glances at Erilynn.
You're amazing at public speaking, Miss Grade Representative. I think you could present our information well while the rest of us put the research together.
Erilynn nods.
A most wise delegation.
The roles are starting to get assigned, but what about me? How should I approach this? Supportive partner. Group projects are a team effort. I want to make sure I give my best. It's very true. Let me know what you guys need me to do. Mina nods.
Since we're splitting the research, how about you start with looking up our current regime?
Okay. I crack open a book and begin taking notes. Current regime. So it's like governments, right? Okay. The rest of our time on the project seems to go by smoothly. I think we'll actually make a pretty good team. When we take a break, Mina clears her throat.
Now that all of that's out of the way,
She splits into a wide grin.
are you guys excited for the Hot Springs trip this year?
Oh, of course. There has to be
Hot
something.
That sounds promising. I used to frequent the private hot springs back home in
Cough pointedly.
Sweden, but I haven't been to one in a while.
Mina's eyes widen.
Did you say you have your own private hot spring?
No, she just said the private ones. I think those are the ones you have single pools, so you don't have to relax with a group. Are those real? I have no idea. Anything's possible in the fake Sweden. Mina seems to accept it.
I see. Well, I'm excited anyway, and I can't wait to hang out there with Erilynn and Keira.
I think hot springs are quite relaxing.
Indeed.
Seems like Keira is looking forward to it too. The only person who's been strangely quiet is Kosei. What about you, Kosei? You excited?
Nah, not really.
Why? What? Why not? He shrugs.
It just doesn't seem that cool, to be honest.
Them's fighting words. What are you talking about? I thought you loved the hot springs.
Yeah, we're going to be staying in cabins and everything. There will be campfires and hiking. How's that uncool?
Yeah, that sounds freaking awesome.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going anyway.
Hang on a second. Mina blinks, surprised.
Why not?
I just don't have time for it.
But it's a school trip, so it's happening during school.
Yeah, but it's overnight and I can't get the time off work.
Oh, that's lame. I get the feeling there's more than he's letting on. Before Mina can argue, Kosei checks the time and then clears his throat.
Speaking of which, sorry guys, but I have to go to work.
She pauses, then nods.
Aw, okay. Do you know what you have to work on for the project?
Yep, I'll email it over tonight.
He stands up and brushes himself off, then waves goodbye.
See you guys later.
The girls wave. I'll walk you out. We make our way to the front door, out of earshot of the others. So, are you really not going to the hot spring?
Yeah, I'm really not going.
You okay? That's a bummer. Kosei's my best friend. Won't be the same without him there. I bet if you tell your manager this trip for school, they'll let you have the time off. Kosei's face changes.
Dude, that's not the reason.
I thought you said it was. He falls silent. Work is really important to him. I know he works hard to help out his mom who's raising him and his siblings on her own. I think back to how his entire wardrobe outside of school is out of date and how the doorbell was broken the last time I visited. When I think of it that way, all the pieces suddenly fall into place. Oh, this is really unfair. Kosei deserves to go on this trip. He puts on a brave face.
Don't worry. There'll always be next time. I'll see you around, okay?
God, that's what sucks. Like, he's being a good, kid and, taking care of his parents. But, that's the thing is, you're a kid only once, right? That's part of why people try so hard to get kids into school and to give them time is, let them be a kid. You're going to work your whole life. You shouldn't have to be so stressed out about it when you're this young. He turns to go, but an idea suddenly lights up in my head. Hey, wait a second. He stops as I shuffle my wallet out of my pocket.
No, man.
Ignoring his protest, I hand him the money. No, really, it's fine. He shakes his head.
I'm serious. I can't accept something like that.
Bull crap. Take it! Kosei is resolute in his decision. He probably doesn't want to feel like a charity case. He still has his pride, and I'm one of the few people who knows his family situation. What are you talking about? I'm not giving you the money. This is a loan.
A loan?
Yeah, and it's a loan I expect to be paid back, so take it. This seems to change something in him. He still looks uncertain, but he finally accepts. By the way, secret to life. This is a good way to help people accept money like this. Never expect it back. If you ever loan money to a friend or family, you should assume you will never get it back. Cool, if they pay you back, awesome. But friendships have died on loans that are expected to be paid back. Never give more that you are willing to never see again. Don't support business ventures unless you are a partner. And never, ever, ever let the money get between you and your friends and family. But a good way to help people accept it, like Kosei, is to say it's a loan, but just don't anticipate getting it back. Treat it as a gift in your heart. Talk about it like it's a loan. That's going to be a good way to help people deal with stuff and help people accept gifts. And if they're really stressing out and saying to pay it back, just keep giving them extensions. And tell them dude, don't worry, I don't need the money, because you shouldn't. So, I don't know, just it's decent money advice. Never give money you're not willing to never see back again when it comes to this kind of stuff. Even if it's supposed to be a loan. Don't let money get in the way.
Wow. You must have worked a lot of overtime during this kind of money.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll be getting it all back anyway, with interest.
Uh-oh. What'd I get myself into?
Kosei finally smiles. He nods, looking more like his old self again. He claps his hand on my shoulder.
Thank you.
Bring it in. Anything for my best friend. A grin sprawls across my face. No problem. Wouldn't be half as fun without you. He nods.
I'm finally getting excited.
Me too. Kosei glances at the time again.
Okay, now I really gotta get going if I don't want to be late for work. I don't need you breaking my kneecaps if I don't pay this back in time.
Alright, see you later.
Bye.
He smiles as he walks out the door, shutting it softly behind him. When I get back to the kitchen, only Keira and Erilynn are at the table. Erilynn lets out a groan. She slumps forward in her chair and cups her cheek in her palm.
What a long day. I can't believe how exhausting that was.
We got a lot of work done.
I know, but why do I have to do work on this project when I'm going home in a month? There are so many other things I'd rather do with my time.
In a month? How do you know that? I pull up a chair and sit down. Because while you're here, you gotta act normal.
I can act normal without doing homework. Maybe this Sweden doesn't do homework.
Maybe, but you aren't in this Sweden right now. They do. Everyone does homework.
I understand.
I blink at Keira. You do?
Homework can be a pain.
Erilynn smirks in satisfaction.
There, even Keira agrees. When I was back in Velden.
She stops, her eyes suddenly growing wide. Why'd you stop? Keira knows you're not from this world, remember? Keira shakes her head. Mina. Yeah, you do. You know Erilynn's from Velden. Kira's gaze flicks to the side. What's going on with you guys?
Velden?
Right, okay. So, cuz we gotta have a little chat now or we're getting the duct tape out. My stomach drops. Slowly I turn around. Mina's staring at me dumbfounded.
Did you just say Erilynn is not from this world?
She's proven trustworthy. I mean, yeah. There's no point in hiding it now. Mina overheard the truth. The right thing to do is admit it. Plus, Erilynn lives in the same house as her. It's only fair Mina knows who she really is. Yes, I did. Mina glances at Erilynn.
Really?
Erilynn nods.
But how?
I don't know. And why'd the music stop? Now I'm terrified. We don't really know.
And why here?
We don't know that either. Mina shakes her head.
This is all so confusing.
Which is why we weren't eager to bring it up.
That's because he's not explaining it correctly.
Yes, maybe we should start from the beginning.
Go into an explanation of everything we know so far, beginning with the wish and Keira's involvement and ending with Miss Tanaka and Erilynn's remaining time here. Every so often, Erilynn interjects with her own comments and clarifications. Keira lets us do most of the talking, but occasionally we'll share her side of the story. Nina listens quietly, her expression changing with each twist and turn of the story. She remains quiet, even after we're done.
Are you okay, Mina?
Slowly, Mina nods.
Yeah.
Are you sure? She nods again, more confidently this time.
Yeah, I am. It's a lot to take in at once, but in a way it kind of explains some things.
Yeah. Like what?
I don't know, like some of the stuff Erilynn would say and the explanations would seem off.
I scratch my head, trying to remember some of the things I explained away. Was it really that obvious?
No, not really. But it was stuff like when Erilynn said they all use automated drones and you said Roombas were all the rage in Sweden. It just all seemed very convenient.
Well, that's because I was like going by the seat of my pants. You never know what she's gonna spout next.
I even Googled stuff about Sweden because it seemed like it was just so different there.
Crap. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Wait, really? I didn't expect you to Google it. She looks bashful.
I was honestly curious. Erilynn just seemed really confused about some basic things, and I wondered if life in Sweden was really that peculiar.
Keira looks intrigued.
What did you learn?
A lot of stuff, but nothing relevant to what I was looking for.
I hadn't realized Mina had been wondering about us. I guess sooner or later she would have discovered our secret anyway. It's probably better that she learned of it now. Erilynn looks worried.
Mina, are you not upset?
No, not even close. I'm honestly so relieved. I thought I was going crazy.
Aww. A soft smile spreads across Erilynn's face.
Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that.
But I do have one question. Why didn't you guys just tell me?
You know what? I'm pretty sure I said we should too, but like, it wasn't my secret to share, mostly. I wasn't sure if you'd even believe it. I mean, people don't just fall out of the sky.
I guess that's true. But I'm your cousin. You know you can tell me anything.
Yeah.
I only found out by accident. I don't believe it's something that's easily shareable.
Thank you, Keira.
I apologize for keeping it from you, Mina.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You should be. I could have been a big help in your investigation. Better late than never, I suppose. With my help, you're bound to get some answers.
You are kind of a go-getter, so that's probably true. We talk about Velden and what it's like to be a princess for the rest of the evening. Mina's questions are endless, and when we finally check the time, it's late into the night. Keira excuses herself and goes home. The girls retreat to their rooms, and I return to mine. I feel myself grow weary, so I get ready for the night. I'm relieved that Mina is taking the news so well. I'm so glad that we now have her help and support too. As I slip into bed, I fall asleep, feeling positive about everything. That sounds like imminent disaster, but this game's too fluffy. There's nothing that could go seriously wrong. Famous last words. Oh, fetch. So the past month, oh, I wonder if that was the end of a chapter, because that feels very much like a solid break. Now we have a big elite time leap. Yeah, I bet you were at the end of a chapter. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, this was a very fun one. Again, the warm and fuzzies are back. We're very happy to have them here, and I'm grateful to be finally back into the swing of things. I'm still recovering. It sucks. Like, I was on my massive vacation. I was gone for, like, you guys have no idea, but like, I'll talk about it now that I was gone. But I was gone for 3 weeks. We went on this like cross-country like bash to go and see family we hadn't seen in 5+ years, just to go and like spend time with people we was lost contact with, you know, with all the COVID lockdown and all of that stuff. Like, it really helped me get a appreciation for like the family I hadn't seen. So naturally, once we got vaccinated and were ready to go, we went and just took a cruise. It was long. We drove probably over 5,000 miles by the end of it all. It was a long trip. It was a good trip, and I'm grateful we did it, but holy cow, I'm glad to be home. So yeah, it was a bit of a tough kind of getting back into swing of things, and then we all got sick. Thankfully, nothing serious. It's just some kind of like, it was some kind of like, not bronchitis or anything like that, but like some kind of like sinus and like upper respiratory infection. Tested negative and all that, because you gotta be careful still, but like, you know, everything was looking fine, just kind of going through it, and I'm still recovering, but I'm mostly there. I bet you in the next day or two I'll be 100% shipshape. But yeah, so I'm just excited to be pushing forward with life. It's all good. So thank you guys so much. And thanks for being a part of this journey, especially to the patrons. You guys are awesome. You guys are continuing to support this hobby of mine, and you're helping motivate me to continue to make great content and to try and push myself in new and unique ways. Things are going to be, like, the dust is going to be settling a little bit. I should be doing a patron cast here pretty soon. I'm going to be getting ready to go back to school soon, so life's going to be getting a little crazy. But every bit of support you give me, whether it's directly as a patron or just being a general lab mem, being able to leave likes, comments, being a subscriber, like, all of that helps me, and it continues to help support this channel, which, you know, it's going to be around regardless, but I'm still grateful to have you all around here and like being able to see the fun stuff we're going to be doing. There's a lot of great stuff coming up in the next few years. And visual novels just seem to be exploding. This is just the year of like new translations, remakes of classics, and new introductions to localizations that weren't normally accessible. Hopefully beyond just English too. I'm hoping that we're seeing translations in other languages. So it's a great time to be involved in visual novels. It's a great time to be part of this community, and I'm really excited to be able to be a functional part of it. Hopefully I'll be able to have more collaborations in the future. I'm looking forward. I'm really going to try and go to a convention this fall. I need to make sure it'll all line up with school and stuff, but like, if I can, I'm hoping I can do some meetups with you guys. If anyone happens to go to the conventions I'm within, you know, spitting distance of, I hope to do a cosplay soon. I've got most of it all set up. I just need to start working on the details, maybe get somebody who can help me do like I don't know, facial paint or something. I don't know if I'll take it that far, but ultimately, like, I'm just excited. This has been a fantastic year for me so far, and I'm really grateful to be able to share it with you. So I'm looking forward to that and many, many more things. So hopefully you enjoyed this series. Hopefully you enjoy the mini series to come. And if you're bored and looking for more, there's plenty of playlists to check out. There's a few that'll be linked here, and there's a few that you'll find if you just snoop around. But you know how to do that, so I won't talk about it anymore. Thank you so much, and until the next video watching me, I'll see you next. I'll see you there.